This is my Mavic 2 that I crashed. As you can see, what I found out was this little piece here, here's the replacement arm here, and this replacement arm has this little tab that was ripped off when it crashed. I was able to get, following Fixtronic, I'm not exactly sure, I'll put a link in the description, but I was able to get the drone down to this state. Once you get to the state of that other video, you can extract the bushing that this thing sits in. Now, this piece is what the arm rotates on, and there's a little tab. This is the original piece here, and then this is the new one, and as you can see, the new one has a tab. What I found is there's this little set screw, and what this little set screw does is it holds this tab in there. So this goes in here like this, and that, imagine that's in there like that, and you set the screw, and that's what holds it in place. Well, what happens when it crashed, it broke that tab and broke the keyway, this other piece, and it pulled out, and that's what happened. The drone was still flyable. I was able to put it in. It just didn't keep it in there, so obviously I want to repair it. The basic point is I wanted to let you know that you can get to the hinge part, the mechanism, without going any further, without doing the bottom, which was my fear. See if this piece works. So this piece was $8 on Amazon, and then I bought a pair. You buy these in pairs. I just figured I'd replace this also because on the one that came out of there, which is this one, there was a little piece of black plastic, and I didn't know where it came from, but it looks like it came off of this. So for the price and all the effort, I figured I'd just replace it. Prying this off, it's kind of like an Apple product where you've got to put a spudger in there. I only had this plastic spudger, and I had a heck of a time trying to get in there and work that. And what I ended up doing, and worked out quite well, was this wood chisel. I had bought like a 3-pack at Home Depot for another project, and this thing actually worked perfectly, and I would recommend it for getting in there and spudging because it's metal and it's like super thin, gets in there, and really just made that part of the project a lot easier. It will mar up the plastic. I think you're going to do that no matter what, and I wasn't that concerned about it. Pay attention to this guide, their lens shade, I guess, for this. This fell off, and I couldn't exactly tell which way it goes on, but I think it goes on that way because it seems to fit that way better. But just be aware when you pull off the top plate, you might want to remove this so you don't lose it, because what I didn't pull it off and it ended up falling off, and luckily I was able to find it. Another thing about all these screws that tie this down, they're all basically a T6, which is great. They're all the same size, all the ones that you'll pull in that video, with the exception of the one that's in the arm that holds down that metal tab I pointed to earlier. That one is pretty darn small. I ended up buying this multi-tool kit because I needed something small, and I thought this would cover it. I got this at Amazon. It's it was $15. That little screw in there is actually between 1.2 and 1.5, but I was lucky enough to use a really small slot head, but it was part of this kit and it was really small, and I was able to sort of splay the star pattern. Oh, and this is the little screw. I put this in here so I didn't lose it. I did separate the two screws, since these are Phillips, and I believe these are Phillips. These are the 3 that hold down the plastic piece, the plastic bushing holder, and these are the 3 that hold down the rotating hinge, and I'm going to put them in together now. Okay, so here you go. I've got this piece, and I will note that it only goes in one way. There's the 2 screws where the screws go in, but then there's these 2 keyways, and I did notice that if I put it in one way, it will not seat right, so that if I rotate it around, it does go flush correctly. So just so you know, and these are right and left dependent. This one has an R on it. I saw it somewhere. But just so you know, they are right and left dependent. I guess that's why they sell them as a pair. Tighten that down. Don't overdo it. It's only plastic. You can see that sitting in there flush now. The moment of truth to see if I can put it back in there. It was a little bit of a, moving this sensor around a little bit to get it out. So let's see if we can get it back in now. I was concerned that maybe the tab might be a problem. It looks like I got lucky. It really didn't take that much to get it in there. I did put the tab in the bottom position at the bottom of the, not up here, so that I could slip it into that opening first. It actually went in pretty easy. So it looks like there's only 3 screws holding down this motherboard and a ribbon, which would give you a little bit more playroom in here to wiggle that in, but I was able to do it actually quite easily without moving the motherboard. I'm going to put the 3 screws in, and then orient the arm. One thing you want to know is when you pull the arm off the drone, you have to have it in the closed position. In other words, like this, because what you do is, and if you watch that video, he tells you, like, you do it in this position, then you pry it out. And the reason you have to do that is because this is where it's keyed. If I can get it out. It's keyed in the closed position. See that? That's what, you know, this is the close, like if this is oriented, this is the way it sits on the drone, like this. And then that's how it's keyed. So if you're trying to pull it off when it's in the open position, the keyway won't let you pull it out. So I just want to let you know that you've got to like pry it out of the body of the drone with it in the closed position. I didn't have to do that, obviously, since mine was broken. Here we are. I've got managed to get the 3 screws in. 1, 2, and 3 up here. I oriented the pin or the tab to match, because like I said, that's the locking screw that this has to tie into with the arm. And what I've done is get this other arm out of the way because it's going to be in the way. And like I said, I've got to put it in the folding position because there's a slot there. And what I'm going to do is fish these wires through and then push that through, and hopefully it'll line up with that and I can screw it. And then that's actually, I could see that this probably needs to go. That's pretty good. So this might be a little bit of trial and error to get that to line up. And so I've got the bushing on there. As you can see, I've put some grease on it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fish this through. Yeah, all 3 of them are not coming through. Where did that 3rd wire go? The 3rd wire went behind the sensor board, the black wire. So I had to pull it out and do it again. It's ridiculous. So when I count for all the wires, make sure they're all in. There's the 3 big ones. And I think I have the 3 small ones down there. Just push that on there for the time being. There we go. There, so I've got all of them. 3 big ones and 3 smaller ones. And now what you want to do is, I hope, you see there's a keyway here, and that keyway there. Camera overheated. You could see the keyway right before it cut, and what I was able to do is I was very excited, or happy I should say, that the tab lined up perfectly for the hole. I was able to slip it in there and I could see the threads, and it couldn't have been any more perfect. And I did end up tightening this down with this small slot head that I have, but I really have to get like it's either a 1.3 or a 1.4 because I have 1.2 and I have 1.5, and tighten that down a little bit more, but it does work. Let's see. The only thing is it tends to rub here. It's not, I don't know if that's because it's not an aftermarket arm, but you know, so I just got to pull that out a little bit. And they've always rubbed, but this one isn't really as quite as perfectly as the factory one. But there you go. I won't show you. All I got to do now is solder these wires in and put it back together, and it should be good to go. And one thing I wanted to mention was I got the cables in. You got to reroute them because you want to route them properly because the you know, the plastic cover goes on top of this. But one thing I wanted to mention, and something I had to go back and fix, is I over twisted these wires. If you look at the way they are from the originally on the left side there, they're straight, and I had sort of twisted them because when they come out of the hinge there, they're all kind of twisted, and there's two like clips that you clip the wires into. This one here, so I apologize for the camera work. This one here, and then this one here. And what I found was I over twisted it when I laid the cables in, so I had to go back and unsolder it. And so basically make sure once you get through this one last clip that it's more or less straight. You don't want to twist the wires, because I did, and I had to go back and, because I have a feeling that these have to lay flat below the circuit board for the battery plate, the cover to go on. But just one last thing. So I'm about to put the cover on and start it up and go from there. Hopefully it'll all work. Make sure all the wires are clear. of the screw holes, because you can see on this one from the factory they actually clipped this one wire a little bit and they broke the plastic piece when they put it in from the factory. I did not do that, but I just want to make sure that it's out of the way of the screw holes when I put it back together.